Good evening, everybody. Bharat Ratna Professor C.N. Rao, Mrs. Indumati Rao, Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary DST, Professor Kulkarni, President JNC ASR, past presidents of JNC ASR, faculty colleagues, officers, students, and staff. Thank you for joining and a warm welcome to you all. We are gathered on this joyous occasion to greet Professor Rao on the honor bestowed upon him. Professor Rao has been awarded the Any Energy Frontiers Award 2020. To begin with, on behalf of all members of the JNC ASR community, I would like to extend our congratulations to you, sir, on this richly deserved recognition. One more feather to your highly decorated cap. Congratulations, sir. The Eni Award is a prize awarded by the Italian oil and gas company Eni with the aim of encouraging better use of energy sources and increased environmental research. The Eni Award is referred to as the Nobel Prize of Energy Research. On this occasion, I also extend my greetings to Mrs. Indumati Rao, who has been Professor Rao's pillar of support for many, many decades. Congratulations to you, Mrs. Rao.
Thank you.
I would like to specially welcome Professor Ashutosh Sharma, the chief guest of this function. I now hand over the podium to our President, Professor Kulkarni.
Namaskar. Thank you, Professor Hema. As Doji, we will arrange for a pizza delivery this evening at your place. Bharat Ratna Professor C.N. Rao, Madam Rao, Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary DST, and dear colleagues, good evening and welcome. It's a great pleasure to be with you all on this wonderful occasion. We have assembled mostly online to greet Professor Rao. There are a few colleagues here in the hall, but otherwise most people are online, either on WebEx or on YouTube viewing. The occasion is that Professor Rao has received the International Eni Award 2020 for research into renewable energy sources and energy storage. This award is called Energy Frontiers Award. Eni, as a global energy company, through these awards, aims to promote better use of energy sources and encourage researchers working in these areas. This is its 13th edition. Previous Eni Award winners include some Nobel laureates as well. Indeed, in the research community, the Eni Award has come to be known as the Nobel Prize of Energy Research. As many of us are aware, Professor Rao has been working on new generation energy sources and storage devices. He always emphasizes on hydrogen energy, hydrogen storage for the electrochemical production of hydrogen, solar production of hydrogen using non-metallic catalysis. Away from all those expensive platinum catalysts, not even involving any metal. And so those are some of the highlights of his work pertaining to hydrogen. I'll now stick to the citation of the award. The Energy Frontiers Award has been conferred for his work, Professor Rao's work, on metal oxides, carbon nanotubes, and other materials and two-dimensional systems, including graphene, boron, nitrogen, carbon hybrid materials, and molybdenum sulfide for energy applications and green hydrogen production. The latter can in fact be achieved through various processes, including the photodissociation of water, thermal dissociation, and electrolysis activated by electricity produced from solar and wind energy. I covered it a while ago. Professor Rao has worked in all these areas and has developed some highly innovative materials. The same and related materials have been shown to have beneficial properties for the construction of hydrogen storage systems and supercapacitors with high specific power and an increased number of charge-discharge cycles. The latter are energy storage devices similar to batteries, which will become an increasingly important part of the renewable energy sector. Such is the importance of Professor Rao. This is the citation, the way it reads. This coveted award will be presented by the President of the Italian Republic. I think this any company, the headquarters is in Rome, and that's a connection. This event will take place on 14th October 2021 in an official ceremony to be held at the Quirinal Palace in Rome, that is the presidential palace. For the last few days, I have received several greeting messages from colleagues and friends all around the globe. Our council members, including Chairperson Professor Govardhan Mehta, has sent congratulatory messages. Also, I have received messages from many colleagues from IAC as well as SENS. Sir, on behalf of the research community, the JNCSR community, as well as on my own behalf, please accept our heartiest congratulations. Through your visionary thoughts and actions, we wish to receive your continued guidance to take the center to greater heights. Professor Sharma, I'm very pleased to have you with us. Welcome. Our request, I'm sorry, it was sent at a very short notice, and your secretary told that he has a bunch of online and office appointments. In spite of that, you kindly made a slot and agreed to our request. Thank you very much for being with us. It is very odd that an individual with such high academic accomplishments as Professor Sharma is our chief guest for the event. I'm so glad. So without taking much time, I request Professor Sharma to address us. Professor Sharma.
Namaskar, good afternoon, and good afternoon to Professor C.N.R. Rao and Madam Rao, Dr. Indumati Rao. It's such a delightful occasion. It's so totally delightful. Previous address, it was said that this is another feather in the cap of Professor Rao. It is not only a feather in his cap, which it certainly is, but on top of that, this is also a feather of a very special kind in the cap of India and indeed the scientific community of India at large. So I would really like to say a whole lot of things that Professor Rao has done, whole lot of achievements that Professor Rao has brought to India and to its scientific community is hugely inspiring and motivating for them. And we have all been beneficiaries as scientists of what he has been able to do, all the stuff that that he has done, and I will come to it in a moment. Let me, of course, congratulate Professor Rao and Mrs. Rao on this very international award of very high order, as was pointed out by Dr. Kulkarni. Indeed, about the citation and what it means. It is indeed a very rare award because it has elements of both basic research and applied research, useful research, translational research, but research with a lot of excitement, with a lot of inspiration, with a lot of soul, heart in it. And this is actually a very competitive area. As we know that there is nothing really more important today in the world and going in the future as the energy security, especially renewable energy, especially green energy. And this award is related to all this work which has been done in this area, pioneering work. Let me just very quickly count for the younger people who have joined us. I am also among those younger people, but I will just very briefly recount some of the previous accomplishments and awards of Professor Rao, very briefly, because it's not possible to do justice to all of that, even I would say in half an hour. But here we know that Professor Rao has authored nearly 1,800 research papers and 53 books. He has received honoris causa, which is, honorary doctorate degrees from 83 universities across the globe. Professor Rao is a member of several of the science academies. I would think all the academies of science in the whole world, including the Royal Society of London, the National Academy of Sciences, USA, and of course the Russian, the French, Japanese, and so on, very many academies, which is indeed an apt recognition of all that he has been able to do and achieve. So if it's a talent, it is recognized everywhere in the whole world. Um, Among his international honors, some of them that I would like to read are Marlowe Medal of Faraday Society, Einstein Gold Medal of UNESCO, Hughes Medal of Royal Society. There are a whole lot of them. Let me just say the last one that I had the pleasure of attending. The Emperor of Japan bestowed the Order of Rising Sun, Gold, and Silver Star. Dan David Prize for Research in Material Science. Van Hippel Award by Materials Research Society, which is the highest international award for materials research. And then, of course, being a foreign fellow, like I said, of all the academies. Of course, the government of India has bestowed on him the highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. And of course, before Bharat Ratna, he received Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri, and so on. So indeed, these are all very apt recognition of what he has contributed. Let me reiterate, these are not simply decorations. These are something which are earned by hard work and by contribution to institution building, to contribution to the cause of science, both in the country and globally, and doing the science of the highest order. Like I pointed out, something very unique about him is to work on the frontier areas of science every decade, so that the frontier keeps moving, and that it's always at the cutting edge, and to do that decade after decade, this is something which is extremely unique. It's extraordinary, indeed. It's more than extraordinary. So I would say not even one in a million that one can actually find a scientist of that order. So I'm totally delighted that we are meeting up here today to look at his work. And I would also like to share with you what goes behind these works, because of course we can look at somebody's work in isolation from life, and in isolation from the way we do science. But that's not what I want to do. So what I want to do is relate his work to his life, and indeed the greater impact of those works and life on all of us. Of course, any award, it was already pointed out as to what this is all about. We know, of course, if we were to count, to my mind, there are three very major challenges of the future. Um, so very first one of them is sustainable development. So most of us have lived through times where the concept of sustainable development was really not that well developed. And indeed, the most important pillars of sustainable development, which is science, technology, and innovation, they were not very well recognized. Indeed, the whole concept of climate change, sustainable development, making use of natural resources, all of that was thought to be something in the future. It is not in the future, it's very much here. And a very major part of that is energy security. And the ultimate energy security is to be found in hydrogen economy or the green hydrogen. Because everything else, whether it is lithium ion battery, anything else is going to fall short, is going to fall short by a wide margin if we are to look at renewable energy and so on. And one of the very cutting edge works there is the hydrogen production and hydrogen storage. So Professor Rao has worked in both of these areas basically, which is what would make hydrogen economy possible. I said about three big challenges. So the first one was sustainable development. I would very quickly just point out the other two, but not worry about them because it's not related to sustainable development directly. The second one is the rise of intelligent machines, which means also greater integration of different streams of technologies, from communication to computing to data to autonomous decision making to autonomous actions. So there is going to be a huge challenge because it will impact every aspect of our life, from the way our governance systems work, the way that we work, each one of us, and the organization of society. The third very big challenge is the rise of antimicrobial resistance. If that were to happen, everything that we count for medical advances today would collapse overnight. So anyhow, coming back to the point about hydrogen production and storage, Professor Rao has contributed to the use of materials, of course, was pointed out non-metallic materials, metal oxides, carbon nanotubes, graphene, boron, nitrogen, carbon hybrids, molybdenum sulfide, all two-dimensional materials that have come up in over last decade or so. Um, and of course, that one has to make use of different processes of producing hydrogen using these materials, which may be photo electrocatalysis or by thermal means or a combination of them. So all of these areas have greatly benefited by Professor Rao's work, especially the rise of two-dimensional materials. And going before that, Professor Rao was the agency by which a national mission on nanoscience, nanotechnology was launched. It's been nearly 20 years now, and we have seen the benefit all of that in a very, very big way. Starting from ground zero, there were no nanoscientists in this country. If you were to go, before that, it is the rise of missions like Nano Mission and very many others that Professor Rao has championed. Is because of that that we have been able to generate infrastructure, human resources, and knowledge resources in these very globally competitive, cutting edge areas. So that of course that is all of this that I've talked about so far is really the skin, but there is also a soul to all of this. So like I pointed out, the younger people who are listening to us, it is good for us to know how quality science is done. And some of the lessons from Professor Rao's work. I've greatly benefited by every single interaction that I've had over the years and few decades with Professor Rao. And there's always something new that one learns. Uh, and the stuff that I'm going to share with you is basically based on my observations in these interactions. Um, so first of all, like I said, Professor Rao has really not differentiated what we call, this dichotomy of what we call basic science, fundamental science, applied science, science that can be translated in technology and products, both abstract problems and useful problems. So oftentimes, people take this very Boolean approach of saying, no, no, I only do theory, I only do experiments, I only make technology, I only do basic science. All of these distinctions have become nearly meaningless globally. The, the tension is not between basic and applied science today. The tension, the conflict is between profound science and incremental science. So it is the profound science that we have to chase, uh, because incremental science may be good, but it is our capacity to take risk and to move into new areas all the time that pays huge dividends. Of course, he has a diversity of interest. Diversity of interests are very essential for a top quality scientist, but it's the diversity of interests which are not distracting. which means that when he's focused on something, he's 100% focused on that particular aspect. So it is while juggling many balls, of amazing kinds, from administration to management, to doing profound science, to talking to people, having so many committees, all of those very deep commitments, and to make an impact through those commitments, not just form filling, but something which is targeted through those measures and those through instruments. So it is basically having 100% focus on what one is engaged with at the moment. And at the same time, while able to juggle so many different balls, all with equal quality. It is an eye for details, which is very important. I have known so many people who can give very good philosophical ideas, but very little of how this is going to be implemented and the details. And those details are so very clear to me every time I go visit, a campus, which, for example, has been designed by him and has been through his commitment. GNC is a great example of that itself, but also, other guest houses, a couple of guest houses that I have stayed in, all of them basically show an eye for detail is to how the ponds actually add to the value and beauty of these places, how these little things, little corners that are if I recall, inspired by Jaipur Havelis, for example. So all of that actually matters a lot. It's not just the little signs that I do. It is everything matters. One may not have interest in everything, but whatever we have interest in has to be looked at with 100% detail and concentration and focus and dedication. So these are some of the qualities, the diversity of interest, and that institution builder par excellence, starting from IIT Kanpur days to Institute of Science Bangalore to JNC. The ICERs were his brainchild, and so were such a great impact on all academic and research institutions across the country and ministries. Um, so other aspect that I was privileged to see at close quarters is his empathy, especially for scouting and promoting the young talent. Um, so he's always been on lookout for, who holds some amount of promise and how to bring out the best in this particular person. I'll give you my own example. I was a chemical engineer at IIT Kanpur. I really had no idea about what is nanoscience or technology or anything like that. But it's just that, in fact, in IIT Kanpur, I was only doing theory for about 10 years because I didn't want to apply to DST for some project because I have had a bad experience with these people. And so I had some self-respect. And I said, I'm never going to again approach DST for any kind of project. And I was perfectly happy by being a mediocre theoretician, and which was perfectly all right with me. But I went to one meeting, I went to one conference on nanoscience. I think it was the first one, and then Professor Rao from, I don't know, from nowhere, he said, you are such and such, you work there. I was totally shocked, I have to tell you that. I said, oh, how does he know? Right. So now I learned that, of course, that he's keeping tab on some people that, he thinks could be helped to go to the little higher level, so to say. And this is very important because unless we scout for the young talent, unless we groom them, unless we empower them, it's no point waiting until somebody is 60 years old and then you say you become part of these 5 committees. The way leadership we are never going to generate in this country. So therefore, we have to cultivate, we have to scout people from the very beginning. 30 years, of age is a good time to start scouting, I would say. And this is a lesson which I learned so well, that all our committees in DST now have a distribution of ages and gender and basically diversity. So it's no point saying this guy doesn't have as many papers as that guy, right? Of course, his age is different. right? So we must now encourage people to cultivate them, to bring them to the next orbit. And so this he has done extremely well. So many people have benefited by that single focus on bringing out the new talent. The science is all about the hunt for new recruits. If we have not done that job well, then I might have done well, but the next generation would not be doing well, which means that the metrics in which we operate will not have the required strength to operate. Um, of course, he is grounded in the very rich wisdom and traditions of India. Now, this is another dichotomy I've often seen in scientists. We become fanatical. We say, no, no, science is the only religion. If you go to temple, then you're not scientific, right? Or if you have deep understanding of Upanishads or Vedas, then you think, hey, this is all old-fashioned. This doesn't square with the quantum mechanics, or I don't know what, right? But I'm sure that some of that stuff will square more with quantum mechanics than how we think about it now. Anyway, regardless of that, one has to be multidimensional in life, even to be a good scientist. I have seen very few very good scientists who have no interest other than the narrow field in which they work. And this is something I would like to share, with all the younger people. And sense of humor is very important. Again, I have not seen very many excellent, I mean, top of the line scientists who have no sense of humor. Or even if they have, who cares, right? So whole point is that we are human beings first and scientists later. So at least, what enriches our lives. We cannot take everything just 100% seriously. So I have, all his lectures in nanoscience, or even before that, one could see that humor which is coming out. It breaks monotony. It injects some color in our lives, and then one is able to focus better on the business. If it's business 24 by 7 and nothing else, it would indeed be a very dull life. Um, and so other thing, of course, that I have learned by reading his biographies is his resilience against adversity. Now, I know we all know so many examples, young people with with great deal of potential, with great deal of potential, but with the first adversity, they fall apart. Okay, and so that is such a huge waste of all the potential which has been there. I know so many people who joined with me in IIT Kanpur in the dark ages of the early 90s or 80s or 70s. Indeed, it was very hard actually to do any research, not just in IIT Kanpur, but anywhere else in the country. It would have been a huge amount of struggle to be able to do that. So the resilience, the robustness in the face of adversity is something that each one of us need to learn. You cannot, giving up is not an option. So whatever it takes, whatever fight it takes, whatever energy it takes, that one has to just keep moving on, keep getting the resources, keep getting, assembling the opportunities which are needed to do things. So this is again something which, I often tell my younger colleagues when they are feeling very down. They are saying, hey, I didn't get this supercomputer, whatever this 2 petaflops, I need 10 petaflops, right? So, of course, I could make some humor out of this. And I don't want to tell them that first, people who joined in the 70s, 80s, 90s, they may not even have a stable chair to sit on. Right? There's no point telling that. The point to actually tell is that it doesn't matter if you don't have 10 petaflops. I mean, whatever you have is actually so good that one can do the best of global science with what we got. And this is not to say that one should not keep on trying to do more, but this is not an excuse for not doing really, really great work. And that comes because of commitment and passion. When people would ask, say, how can somebody do so much work, so many different things? I thought a lot about it. My only answer would be passion. Okay, there's nothing else in this world which does the work. Actually, it's not the people who do the work. It is a passion that does all the work. And this is the central message that comes through the commitment and passage, the interest, that the dedication that really comes through, that shines through Professor Rao's work and life. So I think I've taken more time than was allotted to me. There is a whole lot more that one could say and one ought to say, and I could say. Um, it's a lack of time. We on some other occasion that we would have more time and leisure to talk about these things. I just want to again congratulate Professor Rao, Mrs. Rao, and all his associates who have had the good fortune of associating with him over the years, over the decades. Even now, I talk to people who was taught by him in IIT Kanpur when they were undergrads in Chem 101. And one thing, if they remember about IIT Kanpur, all these courses, that they would certainly remember him and his teaching, which is yet another facet, like I said, of a a very diverse personality. Excellence from teaching to research to institution building to people building. So all of that, it is such a delightful day to talk about all of this. Um, and sir, to celebrate your award in proper spirit, once we are out of COVID times, we will all go, all the people who are listening to us, JNC family and everybody else who is listening to us, we'll all go and celebrate it in 7-star hotels um, without any further delay, and we will send the bill over to you. So please look forward to it. And all our happiness will really shine through those bills. I guarantee you, sir. And so I stop there. And thank you, Dr. Kulkarni, for holding this function and for inviting me to be part of this family. I am so delighted, so happy.
Thank you, Professor Sharma, for so wonderfully speaking to us about Professor Rao's multidimensional personality and also bringing out his work, summarizing his work in energy and connecting it to important global issues of sustainable development and energy economy. He also brought out his personality related to institutional building and science practice in India and also globally. Thank you very much for your time and effort. It's such a pleasure being with you. Thank you. Madam Professor Rao, we are keen to hear you.
Oh,
I see.
very short summary of my feeling. Dear colleagues, I am delighted that you have assembled here. What I have done is to own one's own liking. I never expected that something of the price. The price is for energy research. Storage of hydrogen, photochemical and electrochemical generation of hydrogen, of the hydrogen, solar thermal generation and nanometallic catalysis, and has been considered in the citation. Many years ago, I have done in the case of graphene as a super capacitor. This also has been cited. All in all, that means it is a satisfying experience. All I all oh the all the oh, I own this all to the NCSR and its ambience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Madam, would like to say something?
Yeah, Professor Sharma.
Your the mic muted? Yes, madam.
Professor Sharma, Dr. Kulkarni, and all the fraternity and my dear colleagues at the center. I have enjoyed being at the center. And when this award was announced last Wednesday, late in the evening, we just couldn't believe it. We thought it was something, a joke, a hoax. But until we heard from the secretariat with that citation, we just didn't know how to react. Right through the night, I was waking up thinking it's just a dream until I woke up in the morning and found it was reality. It is too big an award. It is due to the efforts of so many colleagues, people, and the support and the love, affection. It's, of course, Professor Rao is the karta, he's the doer, but a whole lot of people have taken a lot of pride in his work, and that has given him a added strength and the people's love. And especially at ANC, it is such a small community, from the gardener or helper to the highest, like the president, and also all the students who are involved in our outreach programs. We have enjoyed, I have personally enjoyed every moment, and this is the crowning glory of it. Thank you so very much. I don't know how to express myself. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. I really forgot to mention that this award is actually of that stature by all means, actually, including the cash prize and the specially minted gold medal which comes with it. And that's why Secretary hinted that the bill will be sent to you.
Sorry, I did not hint it. I said it very clearly. And it is, what I say, I live. It's going to be done.
Yes,
I hope we will be included in it.
I recall this prize will be 1,70,000 lakhs.
1,70 lakhs. Okay.
1,70 lakhs.
Yeah, I have to look for a medal better than 7 star.
Professor Sharma, I hope it's part of the party and not at the bill paying time.
So in the remaining few minutes, I request Professor Wagmare to coordinate. Many colleagues are waiting to say hello to you, sir. So Umesh is here, please. Namaskar. Good afternoon, Professor Rao, Madam, Professor Sharma. It's really a great occasion, and particularly on behalf of students, I am delighted to congratulate you on the recognition of your brilliant research with the Energy Frontiers Award 2020. The present economy is the energy economy. They say ongoing bubble is the energy bubble, and your scientific research is a surfing on this bubble, making it so timely a contribution and recognition as well. Also, in this long darkness of the pandemic of more than 12 months, this is absolutely the brightest day for all of us at the center, and we are so happy about it.
Okay.
Personally, I have been blessed with 2 decades of close interactions and collaborations with you, and I will always cherish them. You, your work, your discipline, and your compassion towards the co-workers have been most inspiring to me, the students of the center, and also the greater scientific community as reflected by Professor Sharma as well. We are indeed privileged to have you with us at the center, and it's a very proud moment for all of us. On this occasion, I wish you great health and active years of science to come. Isolation in this pandemic darkness has been quite bothering, And many of our colleagues, faculty colleagues and others are here to wish you and greet you, sir, today. And of course, ideally we would have been with you in person for such an occasion, but we will have a rain check for a big celebration and party in the near future. What we really care for is to have you back with us in person and have jovious celebration, Professor Rao. Okay, so many of my colleagues are here now to wish you, meet you in person or online now, and I request them to come over, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Professor Rao. It's a great privilege and an opportunity to thank you and then congratulate you in such a wonderful award. And as Professor Sharma was telling, one of the things which I had an opportunity to interact with you was regarding identification of young people and nurturing. I am very thankful for all the support and other things what you extended during recruitment process in EMU. And I, on behalf of EMU and all the colleagues, I congratulate you on this wonderful occasion. Thank you very much.
So good afternoon, Professor Rao, Madam Rao. And it is indeed a great and pride moment for all of us. And the INI Energy Frontier Awards 2020 comes in a difficult time to cheer Professor Rao and also all of us. So on behalf of Chemistry and Physics of Materials Unit and also School of Advanced Materials, I extend greetings and congratulations to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, sir and madam. It's a great moment. We Giants as a family, everyone is excited to hear, and this one we really missing you here to see you in personally. And it gives us your support and encouragement gives hope for us to climb the infinite ladder without any fear and these things in future. So it's a we learn a lot from your science and kind of inspiration, and I'm sure it will help us to perform well in future. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So good evening, sir and madam. This is Subbi. So please accept my warmest congratulations on this special occasion of winning this highest award in energy research. In this pandemic time, this is a fantastic news, and we are all really excited and happy to hear this fantastic news. And also, sir, I'm very honored and really, I mean, like feel really lucky to be your colleague, as a colleague of you. And so once again, I take this opportunity on behalf of all the members of New Chemistry Unit to congratulate you and madam. And please take care, stay safe, and look forward seeing you, and look forward to the real celebrations when we meet personally. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Professor Rao and Madam Rao. So indeed, it is a momentous and joyous occasion for all of us for receiving this NE award. And particularly, sir, we are very much thankful for your kind support and encouragement. And we every day we have learned from your association that how to conduct the cutting edge research, particularly in the energy and environmental frontier. Thank you very much for your time.
Respected sir, this is Pratap Vishnoi. I'm so happy to be here, and please accept my hearty congratulations on this very special occasion of you winning the any award in energy science. And of course, my family is watching this in Rajasthan, my parents, and they all sent congratulations to you. So please accept their congratulations to you. Thank you so much, and please take care.
Good evening, sir. And good evening, madam. This is Govind Raju. Our heartfelt congratulations to you, sir, and also to madam. Indeed, it's blessings for all of us to have your guidance, support, mentorship, and we look forward to having you both in the campus and also celebrating the journey and everything. Thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, sir. This is Sebastian. Hope you can recognize my new avatar. So it's my pleasure to, give a warmest congratulations to this great award. Happy to be associated with the last one decade. The day when I communicated with you, I still remember in the past, December, I got an email from you. So since then, you supported, motivated, nurtured, inspired, and still continuing. This award will give a great inspirations to people like us. Thank you, sir.
With due apologies to Professor Sharma and some of you here, I would like to talk in Kannada. Bharat Ratna, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರತ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಕನ್ನಡದ ಕಣ್ಮಣಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ರಾವ್ ಅವರೇ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇಂದುಮತಿ ರಾವ್ ಅವರೇ, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ರಾವ್ ಅವರೇ, ತಾವು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಉತ್ತುಂಗ ಶಿಖರದ ಫೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್, ದಣಿವರಿಯದೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಎತ್ತರದ ಮೆಟ್ಟಿಲುಗಳನ್ನು ದಾಪುಗಾಲಿನಿಂದ ಏರುತ್ತಲೇ ಇರುವ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ ದೇವರು, ಭಾರತದ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಪತಾಕೆಯನ್ನ ವಿಶ್ವದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಹರಡಿದ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ ನೀವು, ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿ, ಚಿನ್ನದ ಗಣಿ, ಕನ್ನಡದ ಕನಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಅಭಿಮಾನದ ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ಣ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಅತಿ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಇನಿ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅಲಂಕರಿಸಿದ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವಮಾನದ ಅತಿ ಅವಿಸ್ಮರಣೀಯ ಘಟನೆ. ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳಿದಂತೆ ಮಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಏಣಿಯನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹತ್ತುವ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಂಕರ್ಯ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯಲಿ. ದೈವ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ, ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆಯ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಲಿ. ಭಗವಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಅವಕಾಶಗಳ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ನೀಡಲಿ ಎಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೆಎನ್ಸಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾರೈಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನೀವು ನಗುಮುಗದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಿದ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಸದಾ ನೆನೆಯುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
We have about 24 of our faculty colleagues available online, and I request them to come on to have a meet and greet for just 3 minutes with Professor Rao and others. Due to the limitations on accommodation inside this hall, many of us are online. Please unlock yourself and take less than 3 minutes, all of you, to greet Professor Rao.
Congratulations, sir and madam. This is a fantastic achievement. We are all very proud and for this fantastic achievement, and we enjoyed every bit of the function. And you are rising in the Mithila Reni more and more, and we wish more such laurels for you and proud moments to Gen Z, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations, Professor Rao. This is Shobana. Congratulations. Very happy. Felicitations to you also, Mr. Rao.
Yeah, congratulations, Professor Rao. This is Narayan here. It's fantastic to see you and talk, interact with you. Hopefully, we'll see you in person, and it's a great recognition, especially in the cause of energy. It's incredible. Thank you.
Congratulations, Professor Rao. This is Ranjini here, and it's really a wonderful news to hear in this pandemic times. And congratulations. Look forward to meeting you and congratulating in person.
Congratulations, sir. This is Kanishka here. So we are really happy, and it's really big news for Indian science.
Good evening. Congratulations, Professor Rao. This is Shubir Das from TSU. Heartiest congratulations to you and Mrs. Rao. And we're looking forward to seeing you in JNC soon after the pandemic.
Hearty congratulations, Professor Rao. This is Ranjan Datta speaking. It's a grand award and it's a joyous moment for us. And it's a big award, and this award is going to inspire the present and the future generation. And then wish you all the grand success ahead in your life. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, sir. This is Bibhash. Many congratulations for this award. We look forward to see you on the campus. Thank you.
Professor Rao, this is Vidyadhi Raja. My heartiest congratulations to you, sir. And it's really nice to see you and hear you talk as well. And once again, this is a very bright moment for all of us. We do see you as a role model, and we will continue to see you as a role model. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations.
Professor Rao and Mrs. Rao, this is Amaras Rao. We are extremely happy to listen to this news. Heartiest congratulations for your latest achievement in science. Wish you all the best, Professor Rao and Mrs. Rao.
Thank you.
This is Jayant. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, Professor Rao and Mrs. Rao. This is Manisha. I'm so happy to see both of you today, even though it's only virtually. This is, always a happy occasion for us, each of your awards. We get to celebrate. So it's truly limitless greatness, of course. And I hope we'll be able to celebrate in person very, very soon. Congratulations and my warmest regards again.
Congratulations, Professor Rao and Mrs. Indumati Rao. This is Professor Chandrabas from Trivandrum. I'm so glad to see you both and also be part of this function. And I really miss you hosting some of the wonderful times we have had. And I look forward to that in future too. Thank you. Thank you.
You for being with us online, and this is a great moment for us to celebrate, at least online now, and we look forward to next opportunity to have a big celebration soon. I now request Mr. Joydeep Dev, our administrative officer, to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you.
Professor CNR Rao, Bharat Ratna, Dr. Indumati Rao, Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary DST, Professor G.U. Kulkarni, President JNCSR, past presidents of JNCSR, deans, chairs of the units, faculty members, officers, staff members, students and R&Ds, and my dear friends. A very good evening to all of you. It is indeed an honor for me to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion and acknowledge the contribution of those who made this event possible. First of all, on behalf of the center, my sincere thanks to Professor CNR Rao, Bharat Ratna, and Dr. Indumati Rao for being with us on this special event. On behalf of the administration, sir, I take this opportunity to congratulate you and your astonishing achievements and laurels that you brought to the center. And also would like to thank you for the vision and leadership you provided to this center, sir. It's because of your impeccable guidance, center could achieve such great heights what it is today. Thank you once again, sir. On behalf of JNCSR, I give a heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary DST, for gracing the occasion, and also for the encouraging words what he has just spelled out. Sir, we are indeed very thankful to DST for constantly supporting and promoting us. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the team DST for constantly supporting and nurturing us. Thank you, sir. A special thank to the president of the center, Professor G.U. Kulkarni, and the deans for planning this event, and making it a success. I also want to thank the people who work behind the scene to execute these events. Our technical arrangement team led by Mr. V. Srinath and the dining hall staff also led by Mr. Senthil for organizing the sweet packets, which may not be available to many of us who are attending online. I thank them all for making the event possible and a great success. At the end, I thank JNCSI members for wholeheartedly participating in the event and making it a success.